following is a presentation of MRE Uno, Division 1. The final calling card for the spells and the magic. It begins early in the wizard region. The young bull versus the old wise bull. We started off with young bull, a man that will now be entering the 200 star club. They call him young bull. He was once a puppy. Will he reign supreme with the magic on the line in the castle leading up to the golden arches? And then for Seth, they don't call him the pirate for nothing on the card. He's the old bull, the experience. This is the biggest match in terms of age gap we have in the entire first round. And both guys know what's on the line. Everybody, and welcome to the opening the opening game of the final day of Fairytale February Storybook 64. It's been an incredible first round. The schedule has been electric. We just went over it in pregame, but we will get to the match preview. And again, last year, Nam, a solid 8-5, but just wasn't enough to make Super League. Got P4 and T5, ultimately losing to Acosta in the third place game, but has two medals to his name, plenty of Final Fours. Seth had a really good T2. Obviously, he had that win against Ashley, and who knows if he could have beat Ed in that tournament if he could have made a big run. Those was only 2 wins of the season, but he has had early season success. He's a novice for a reason. Should be an interesting game between both those. I don't have much really to talk about in terms of, I don't have it, but I do have it a little bit in front of me. If you kind of just picture it, obviously winner of this game takes care of business, and they'll move on to play Yepes. Nam versus Yepes, I believe, would be a rematch. Seth Yepes would be new, I believe. I'll have to check that down the road. And then, of course, in the top half of the bracket for this region, Matt Johnson taking care of business by just a DQ win. We wish Dart the best. But the game I am looking forward to, and everyone seems to be looking forward to, is Peter Tago tonight. That is going to be an absolute barn burner. 5 o'clock should be a fun one. Both guys are just going to be throwing haymakers, and I expect that one to be a show. So without further ado, again, that's all I got for us on the stage. We're gonna bring in. Oh, well, okay. He was not here. For now, he is here. So we'll bring in Tapir. Must have just joined. Apologies on that one. Apologies for that. A little bit of a late start this morning. Then of course we got our two good compatriots, Nam and Seth. And let's go into the stage. Just give me a sec. Gotta get this loaded. And there we go. Now we're all good to go. Well, I'll go to Tapir real quick. Caps our ref today. Taco on the scoreboard. So full crew here today. We'll go to you, Tapir. Obviously, buddy, you've seen a ton of Seth and commentary. Nam has been around the block. We know what he can do. What's your thoughts on this game? Because both guys, I think, are going to have a unique style of card starts. Nam is a guy who can go over the board. Seth, he can go over the board. They both like the 9 to 10 card start range as well if they need it. It's pretty similar in terms of on paper. But what do you think is going to happen today between both guys who have different styles of drawbacks and also are pushing the pace as well when need be?
So here's the thing, right? You have two players here who have been absolute legends in their own right. Of course, Nam being, made Super League. He's won a tournament before. Um, I don't believe he's won a tournament, but he has runner up. But
Runner up.
he has so many wins, so many medals to his name at such a young age, right? Only 16 years of age has a lot for him at this point. Seth, on the other hand, he's the old bull, right? In his 30s, twice Nam's age. But the advantage he has is, as a streamer, he has seen a lot from a lot of players. And so he has a lot that he's observed more as opposed to Nam, and I believe he can use that to his advantage. His career doesn't give him justice. I believe he has the skills and the strengths to get a lot done today. Obviously, everyone's chomping at the bit to get back into the tournament right from the off season. So both these players are going to be doing everything they can to get a win today here. The CPU I see says 71% Nam. I have to disagree. I think it's 50-50. It's going to come down to game 7, I believe. Both these guys are going to be, A game, A plus top tier game. So we're going to see what happens. We're going to see what happens here, but I think it's going to be a fun one. So eager to get into it.
We'll go to Nam real quick. Forgot to mention he already gave us his thoughts, but quickly Nam thoughts on 200 starts. You'll get that in game 4. Seth, for you, long layoff. Obviously, you only done the one opening game this tournament. A little bit of a lesser stream pack due to the fact that we just haven't had many games in this time zone, or maybe we're busy. But you still know, you still watch the YouTube shows, you still watch a lot of content. What's your thoughts on that? You've called so many Nam games, and he loves to play iso ball. How are you gonna try to prevent that today? That's the key strat.
I'm honestly not sure if I can like 100% avoid it. I mean, it's eventually going to happen at some point. Num's just so good at it. Think most of the strategy is just going to be try to take control because from what I've noticed, if he gets the ball he starts rolling like it's momentum you can't stop. So um, just try and establish momentum and hope for a little bit of luck too. That seemed to be like one of the biggest problems back in 2025, especially the latter portions of the tournaments. Just wasn't able to either have the card I needed for chains or didn't get the top deck luck on draws. So yeah, if I'm able to do those two things, then maybe we got a shot.
Yeah, if you didn't see it in pregame, appreciate that. Just shout out to his family, and he is not going to say much on strategy. Yeah, that's classic now, but we'll see. We'll see how this one goes today. Normally I'd be reading the game like a boss, but we are early, and I just woke up about an hour ago, so maybe I have to ease into this one until about game 5. At least I got Superior with me. All right, let's get to it though. We'll begin with Nam. Game 1, buddy. I've called this so many times in your career. You know the drill. Caps our ref. What are we thinking for game 1, my friend? 13. All right, so we'll start it off with the OG Fuller. There's the 13. The final day of the opening round is underway with the Hasim Acosta, the Dream Acosta. And so we'll discuss a little bit in this game. about the fact of the matter is we are at the last day, and we are going to go to the next round pretty much soon. We will have the schedule of the next round or quickly after potentially this game. I do have it ready to go. Keep that in mind. Here we'll go to the Taco 6 as the scoreboard's going to make sure it's set. Yes, looking good. Appreciate that, Taco. And then early off the bat, just going to play into the yellows, play nice and clean.
Taco making an appearance here quite early on the yellow 6. Switch to red here.
Actually, Tapir called the game. I just got graphics from short call real quick. My fault. Actually, I just got the graphic
Light
package.
switch over to. Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
No, I just got the graphic package. Tapir's going to call the game. I'm just going to get you guys the graphics. So keep going, buddy. You're doing a great job.
Got it. Got it. Okay. And already we have a rainbow. First of the game. Very, very early. Rainbow 6 over to green 9. Kind of palindroming that monkey combo here.
I'm going to show you guys the bracket real quick before we, not before the game, but after we get done with this game. I'll show you. I finally got it. So appreciate Short for giving us that. I'll take it back from here. We'll go into Pez.
Perfect. Yep.
All right, and there we go. Brackets now good to go. And as you said, they talked about the little Skittles action to begin with, and Nom's talked about this before too. He's not afraid to color switch. He's not going to say much, but if Seth wants to run and control, that's a perfect way to control and run. Just go out there and ice it up for sure. Here comes Seth. Let's
For
see what
sure.
he got on the back end. I'm interested to see what he's got. He's going to have a run here, something. Maybe try to get Nam into a little bit of his style, playing a little bit into a ISO situation. Let's see, because if you make a run, you got to make sure you play the right number, or the ISO could come back to haunt you. Let's see.
Come back to bite you royally. And already we've seen some contrast here, KT. We've seen that rainbow light switch. Oh, look at that quad play. Beautiful quad play right there, Seth.
Yep, Caesar, Lara into Leah and into Ghost quad. Go ahead, my friend. Finish that thought.
Absolutely. We have seen some contrast. That rainbow in the beginning contrasted with the little trip into green here. And now we're already back into action now with the switch into red. And once again, back into the green wild here.
That's the ISO.
So Nam really doesn't want that red, and it'll ISO Seth out. Exactly what you were saying back there in the opening statement.
KT Classic, but that's exactly what Seth needs, a little topper. Yeah, good call to undercut that. That one could have been lethal because of the one switch earlier. So good call there from Nam. But does Seth have it too? No. So that was the one card I thought he could have had double one and maybe switched it forward. So good call to undercut that. But again, this is what Seth kind of expects, and Nam expects it too. You got to go to this extent, and it's just how the game works sometimes. Draw City early as they both will find a little bit of top deck, have top deck magic to go along with a balanced attack. Well, while we have this break in the action, perfect timing. Let's go over to that pot and bracket now that I got it. It is going to be Yepez taking the business against Janet on Friday. The winner of that game, or the winner of this game, will play Yepez. If Nam wins, or Seth wins, though, they'll both be on the road. It's the last home game. Is Seth will go to the red 2 in the red himself, undercut the Camaro from Nam. And of course, whoever wins Peter Taga will play Mac. No matter what happens in that game, they will be on the road. And of course, no matter what happens in that game, it'll be a rematch. That one, 99.9, will be on stream no matter who wins. So that should be a fun one over there. Back to green from Nam. That's ISO ball. Can Seth cover? Yeah, and a blue. There it is. JT Seth.
Yes, he can.
JT Seth combo right there to get it back in the blue, and now will play his own card to flex. Yeah, I'm not sure what to think about that draw city right now, Tapir, because I think when you have two of those things, who's bluffing? This is a poker term. Who's bluffing? Because if Seth really doesn't have
poker, absolutely.
We don't know who bluffing, because usually you think, oh well, when you play a drawback player and you make the first move, you got a lot, but not seeing much. Other than that quad play, we don't got much going at all. And there's so someone's bluffing, and we'll find out who in a second. Back to blue, great crossover. In a lane.
You have to wonder if Seth originally wanted blue, because remember that self-ditto on one, maybe he wanted to switch off that red one from earlier. So he might have
Okay.
wanted blue that back then, but now it's a little too late.
Yeah, now Nam is tied, but but Nam is just giving him opportunities in the red. Yeah, he's not staying still either.
Blue, green, red, Seth just isn't biting at all.
No, no, no. And now the reason why he's making these moves, he's trying to weed. Oh yeah, he's weeding out the ammo. This could be upper right here to win the game right here. I wouldn't be shocked if he gets it down from six back. Had a feeling you can sense it. Again, so who was bluffing, right? And it appears that
Yep.
Seth right the switches was bluffing. Here comes now with the reverses with Goldie and it's Cody Smart into Clay
One,
into
two,
G.
three, four. There you go.
Yeah, six bagger, six pack, no plus fours, says either player. Nah, pretty controlled right there. Seemed to have a lot more ammo. Draw City, the KT Classic, the usual. Play the ISO, play the draw game. Talk to me about that initial early Skittles play, because that set the tone for a high aggressive light switch pack, which we've seen now, as both guys have switched it a combined 16 times. Seth, yeah, I had a feeling you had to go there with the red. Who was bluffing? Had a weird feeling that somebody had the ammo, and I don't think that's a bad call to go for the break, right? You got to try something, especially if you don't have it. Maybe force the ammo. So thoughts on just forcing that a little bit and trying to weed out his style here early in game one.
Yeah, I just had to try something. Didn't have any ammo off the rip. It was way too split down the middle with the hand, no connectors. So it was basically just I knew we were eventually going to go into a draw city of some kind there. So it was just a matter of trying to build a bit of a cushion, I guess, in numbers against him, and then try to find some luck on the top deck draw. Uh, I think I ended up going about maybe 15% on success rate on that here in this first game, so that's not looking all that promising for the future games. But yeah, I mean, as soon as he knew that I was a two suited hand, and with just all numbers, there's just nothing you could do in that situation. He had me right where he wanted to.
Decent hand, ISO. Yeah, that's it, Seth. I appreciate it, Seth. That's it, Pierre. It's just the ISO play, and it's
Yeah,
not
that's
easy to
really all it
stop. It's
was.
not easy to stop because, especially, well, it's easy to stop, but it's really, really effective when your opponent's got zilch. Yeah, you're gonna win that game every time, especially with two color suits. There's just nothing you can do. So big win for now. There. Any other additional thoughts? We're good to move on.
I guess the only obvious thing was Nam playing the absolute crap out of the sevens here. He
Yeah,
picked up like four of them, and they all kind of worked out in his favor. But he felt confident enough to do that once he figured out the two color game. So, yep, great win. Going back to that green for the ISO play, and then six bagger to finish it off. So that's all I got. Well done.
yeah, we saw that with Nam or Evan and Myth yesterday. That the seven fecta for 5 sevens to win.
There you go.
I don't
Yeah.
even know what to think about that one. That was just still a weird game because not one game was over 9 cards. This has already got 1 for 1 over 9. But we do know, ironically speaking of 9, we do know Nam is a guy that loves his 9 card special. We'll see if he brings that out at some point during the series. But let's go to Nam for game two. Cap our ref. Nam, you know the drill. Just know OG full. Okay, so we'll go one up to his old number. Now he's no longer the 14, he's a 33. So we'll see. We'll see if his OG number can give him luck here as we started off with a +4. Oh boy.
Shall
Okay.
we?
Yeah.
Shall we, gentlemen?
I don't know. Seth's the kind of guy. He does know the game. Yeah, so he will. He'll oblige. Um, I'll tell you this much: there have been a lot of people in this league, but better men than me, and guys like Hasim and Lane. You know, it's funny. We talk about next round. We have a lot of old school heads. We got Matt Johnson. We got uh, Acosta, Lane, Lamas, Pro Art. We talk about the brand name. Yeah, the brands are back, but they're going to be interesting because a lot of those guys that are in the next round are. We talked about this one trick ponies, as in they only play one league. So it's going to be hard to read them out
That's it.
moving forward, including even to an extent. You say like even to an extent G, right? Even though he is in other leagues, he's hard. He doesn't play much practice, so you got to figure him out. As we go to threeception already. Logan into Andy into Thunder, and again, do we get another Skittles to start?
No.
But good, but again,
Almost.
we're seeing it now. There's Nam. There's an early heat check. Wow, he seemed to
Immediate
already.
aggression.
Yeah, he's got a lot on the tank, and that's a tough sign. If you're Seth, if you're already seeing this, now you got to start thinking, man, how do I stop this guy? 10 already? Let's see.
Yep. Absolutely. And being that we start with 14 cards, there's a whole lot more opportunities for some bigger chains, right? Because you have just naturally more ammo dealt out, you would think, on a 14 start as opposed to like a 6 or a 7. So you got to start thinking about longer chains. And, now as Nam gets down to maybe 4 or 5 cards, you're thinking maybe this is a finish. So Seth is going to have to figure out kind of how he's going to prevent that, cut it off the pass here. He's typing for a little bit. Usually that does mean something. So is he maybe going to heat check back here?
Yeah, we saw the
Maybe
four
find a
bagger.
response into green again? We'll see.
Yeah, good call, buddy. You reading that one?
There it is.
Good
Yep.
work on that one. Now, the only thing I have a problem with, this is a small problem, is it's not play. Yeah, I was gonna say he had one back. There it is,
Oh,
crossover.
yep.
That's crazy.
That's
But he,
wild. Because
but
you
he,
at
he
first you
flushed him.
have to have the wild to begin with. Yeah.
But he flushed him. It's a weird flush. Let's see if Seth saved the yellow though. Then he could save one. So many players just got. We talked about this in D1, man. Everyone's just so good at reading the game and saving stuff. It's not over yet. What you watch right here.
So good.
Yep, there it is, saving stuff.
Yep.
They're speaking of saving stuff, and now it's just getting Nam off his game. That's pretty much what you gotta do. And if Nam wants to go to a yellow 7, be damned, go for it. That's pretty much what he's asked for. But he can't. Okay.
The interesting thing being he just got 4 extra freshies, so
Nothing.
that might be an indication. And now, once again, who's bluffing? Who wants to get that upper hand?
Yeah, could be a bait. Could be a bait wild. We've seen bait wilds before. This isn't out of the ordinary to see a bait wild and force it, Seth back into what Nam likes, DC, and there it is, DC. Loading up fast in Draw City.
There you go. Population dose.
Yes, sir.
Now I'm already up to 17, 18 now.
Yeah, with the drawback rule not being a big problem until 25, he's got time. I think that's.
Yeah, no, he's got a lot of time.
Let's see. Cap. All right, Cap. Well, we'll see. There's a comeback if we get one, so just keep that in mind. We'll see how far he goes. But I'll check the table now. But yeah, I'm just thinking if you're Seth now, you're trying to run back with them. You got the possessions, but at a certain point, he's probably gonna be, when's enough. This is gonna be an interesting game. So now I'm just gonna probably go to that 25, and then I'll pick a play. He's got two more in pocket. Yeah. So he'll probably play now coming up in this next turn. Yeah, one more turn and draw, and then he'll probably play after that. Good guy. There you go. So he'll probably play. So that means
Right
Seth
up to
now.
the limit.
Yeah. So now we'll see what Nam plays here. Um, I think he's going to take the time. Yeah. So now he's going to. Okay. So there it is. So now he's going to.
There you go.
Now he's going to try to play ISO ball, and I think just see if the ammo works out in his favor. Whoever got the ammo is going to get. Now they're both going to. Okay. Run him clean. Yep.
And the
There's the
interesting
Euro
thing
step.
for. Yeah, go ahead, buddy.
Ah, that's the Euro step. Go ahead.
Yep. The interesting for Nam here, interesting thing is even though he's behind, he figured out that both him and Seth are now flushed on wilds because they just pulled out 2 each. So unless they have a, diabolically insane hand, they're not going to have very many wilds left. So now it's going to turn into just a game of numbers, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see how those numbers play out as we go to the red 9 here. Switch to yellow.
It doesn't matter who wins this game. It's either Seth gets the 21 or Nam gets the 25 card comeback. We have not seen any comeback other than the Ed game, which that's never been a comeback. There was just multiple mistakes. We haven't seen any comebacks. We just haven't seen a lot. And I'm going to be honest with this tournament so far. It's been very dull on comebacks and long series. We saw the Ed Rogers game, but that was an exception to the rule. And even Varigold's an exception to the rule because that was in 5. It's been a tournament full of just the best. The cream is rising to the top. Upset, sure. All the upsets except for one rookies are the Rogers, but we haven't seen a lot of crazy gameplay. It's been very precise, and people are taking advantage of the cards given to them. And some of these games, yeah, you're not getting the luck, but some of the people have played 5 cards, 7 cards, 8, and you're not going to get. It doesn't matter what bot you use. That's just luck in the natural aspect if there's not as much options. We go to the blue one, Peter.
Absolutely. Back to the blue 3. And that's absolutely right because if you're playing 5, 6, 7, 8 cards, you're just not going to get a lot of connecting cards. We talk all the time 13, 14, 15. You can have 2, 3, 4 different, connection chains going. But 5, 6, 7, you're just not going to have that unless you have, conveniently a one turn finish. It's just not going to happen.
There's Seth again drawing, and again, this is what Nam wants, though. He doesn't want to really rush anything, and I wonder as he goes into that Brock 1, you just wonder and you start to wonder and think, but those Wilds plays just baits? Because I have a feeling they were baits. I got a gut feeling he baited them.
I
I
I
think he
would
baited them.
I would have to agree with you, yeah.
Because at that
And
point,
and
they went back
and
to Draw City, for
he
sure.
yeah, go ahead.
They went back to
Sure,
Draw
yeah.
City, and that's what caused the game. It's short joined us, but this is going to cap. But when you look at the way they baited each other and forced their ammo, now they're just banking on what's in the deck. And we're running low on the deck. And every Nam game you play, at least 1 or 2 games will always get down to 30 cards remaining in the deck. Because that's just how he plays it. He doesn't want to go crazy. He's using every inch of the rules. And we'll see if he can effectively time this. That's pretty much all I got. As he goes for a triple here, or some more, into Goldie and Yoshi.
Some
Good.
more in the back pocket. Absolutely, yeah. Really, I would just have to agree with you on those wilds because maybe getting all that ammo, maybe that draw city, and combined with the 14 card start, you would have to wonder if, with all those wilds, maybe someone got such good hand that they just felt confident in just tanking 2 of the wilds right off the bat.
Oh, yeah, man.
And maybe we have a situation where we get an 8, 9, 10 card run to the finish just to end this game.
Oh, yeah,
You
man.
just have to wonder with these two. You just have to wonder at this point.
Yeah, you gotta wonder, and I think both guys are just
And
weeding
they
through the
know it
numbers.
too.
Yeah,
Like they figured it out. Yeah.
they're weeding through the numbers. They're still figuring it out. They're still figuring it out because oh, here comes Seth. He might have a run here. I might have spoke a little too soon, but we're still figuring each other out on what that draw city means. Because when it's quiet like that, you're just drawing back. There's not much to really offset off of. Let's see. So you got here. Trying to maybe force the control. He said in the beginning the control is the key. Well, this move would probably put him back control to another level. Oh,
If he somehow
whoa.
gets this, oh wow.
That's all right. That doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't think it registered. But
Spacing,
that's
maybe.
going to be interesting because if in fact he plays that
There it
plus
is.
4, it's going to send Nam back 4. And the problem with that is if Nam has a really good hand with ammo, he's now going to have to figure out a way to get out those eventual numbers that he's inevitably drawn here. So he's going to have to figure out a way to flush those out before he can get back to building his chain. He's going to draw here, giving it back to Seth, continuing with a green 6. And Seth is now in the lead almost by half.
I don't know. I'm interested to see. I'm interested to see why he made that move. I'm just really interested on that because Nam goes back with the draw, and then Seth runs into the yellow after the green undercut. So yeah, he's playing bait and slack. So maybe he just doesn't. Yeah, I was going to say maybe he just doesn't. Yeah, he just doesn't have what is required to finish the game right now to appear, and I think it comes down to figuring it out. If you're not, when do you want to make the break yourself? Because you're not going to have no 15 card chain to finish. So maybe as he wanted to force a reshuffle, I think Seth's trying to. This is weird. No plus twos have been played in any color, but most of the wild plus fours are drained. That's a strange. We haven't seen one of those in a hot second. Those type of games.
Yeah, and especially we have 3 of each wild play. There's only 1 left, and clearly with this kind of progression, you would think that at least one player has at least one of those. Maybe they're all out. Maybe we have them sitting somewhere, or maybe one of them's still in the deck. But I would think one of them's just kind of sandbagging at this point. As we go in now to the My Hell 8.
Who's going into Draw City here?
It's going to be a very long, methodical game too, right? Because you don't want to rush it, right? We say all the time you can't rush a win, but at the same time, you need to understand your opponent. You need to understand when they're both playing 4D chess. Both of these players are at this high level 4D chess here. And they're figuring out exactly when, like you said, when to make the break. When are they going to feel confident enough to now drop that chain and then try and make it to the end? So we're not there yet as both players continue to draw. Now I'm already back up into 20 cards.
Oh man, I don't know. I'm not sure what we're searching here for. We must be searching for the plus twos. There's nothing else to search for in terms of action cards
Has
other
to
than
be.
that. Yeah, other than red skips and reverses, but we're not yeah, or blue. So we're stuck. There we go. So Seth's gonna make the break now. All right, again, similar to what we saw
Yep.
earlier, but this is a different type of break. This is the break he made was between 14 to 60. This is a little bit more possessions in his favor. So let's see how this one works out. I like what we're seeing here from though.
Definitely.
He's gonna run this. He's gonna run this as he goes into the red too, aggressively, and see as we did. Sometimes when you get burned on one play or one strategy in the first game, you don't go back to it in the second game. He's going back to it, and I don't mind this as we go into the undercut city because at the same time, it's worth trying a second time because there is time in this series, and he knows that home start. If this game doesn't work out, he's going to drop the card start. We know it's not going to be upper tier. He'll find some luck here. He's going to try to go for a luck game.
Absolutely. You're going to have to, at that point, you have to try something different.
Best example of that
Blue
was
6 down
probably
from Nam.
we saw
Yeah.
yesterday looking back at scores was Pro Art. He was down 3-1. Let's go with a 5-card start. And ironically, if he apparently hadn't used the power play in that game, in that 5-card start, DJ wins next turn. So what a crazy turn of events. That was probably the one game that we wish we had on the stream, and Art seems to always have those knack for non-stream classics. But here comes Seth. This is a big play right here.
Absolutely.
If he can go for the quad, he might have it. This could be huge. Is he going to go for a quad here and really send? No, I'm thinking. Let's see. Yeah, there it is. Quad.
Yep.
Oh, I like it. I like that stack 0 too, trying to prevent the switch. Got it, but that's not the worst
Ooh,
switch.
gets it anyway.
Not the worst switch though. That's not the worst one because there's a lot of options in blue. So I don't think Seth's gonna mind that. If it had been
Still some ammo.
yellow,
We might be seeing split ammo, yeah.
if it had been yellow, maybe it
Yellow
would
would have been bad.
Yeah, but blue, I like this from Seth. This isn't the worst thing. See what he's got. Starting to warm up the speed, get my bearing. There it is. Great. Yep, there it is. Reverse.
Another one. There you go. Adds in a +2, and now we're seeing a whole lot of that ammo from red and blue starting to come out. So now we're really limited. And now with that double quad, Seth is at 2.
Let's see what Nam
Now
will
I'm
do
really
here.
going to have to take a think stop moment here.
I no need for that. That's perfect. Yeah, I'll stop the train. There you go.
Yeah, perfect. Doesn't
try.
take much. Seth now up 4.
Yep, Seth the 4. No, I'm still, he's got some options now. He's got some options to think about this. The +2s are drained reds. We're starting to drain some ammo, and that's the key. When you start draining stuff, it becomes more of a run to the finish. That 1+4 is out there, and there's Seth not having it, so he'll draw.
The good thing for Seth now is we're juiced on the red +2s. So it's going to be difficult for Nam to just slowly leak those +2s. If he has a monopoly on them and doesn't really want to give Seth a whole lot of cards, he's not going to be able to do that this time.
Okay, so that's the last +4. So now it's a free-for-all now at this rate. Until we get now at this rate, you don't know what you want to search for in Draw City because the rest are going to be numbers or maybe a reverse line out there, if that. There's the green knight.
Yeah. We do still have a lot of those +2s still out. Really, all of them except reds. There's still 6 out of the 8 remaining. We're going to have to see how they show up here. Running clean into blue, though.
Back to green, says Seth. He wants that green. In the Yepes, who they'll play next. One of these two.
Trying to get that green. It might be Nam with another +2 clapback. Let's see. Because we were just talking about we don't have a lot of those played yet. Any of them played yet. So if Nam wants to just slowly leak ammo to kind of keep Seth at arm's length, he might be able to do that. Seth is at 6, though.
Oh, great call here to go back to the
Oh,
red.
here we go.
I like it. I like this call. Set you on the red. Now, does he leave it on the skip open? What?
No. What?
Leave
Stays
it.
on green?
I gotta ask him about that one. That one I don't understand.
That's wild.
He's basically banking on the Seth has no zero or no numbers. Yeah, wow. So he basically timed it at the right time. That's insane. That's next level right there. If this is a winner off the reverse skip meta +2 combo, that is ridiculous. That's a ridiculous
Oh
call.
my
That is
gosh.
a ridiculous call. Are you kidding me? What does Seth get?
There's no way.
No way. There's no way.
Oh
Seth,
my
Seth, what do
gosh.
you say to that? I'm not even sure what to say to that. That's just ridiculous. That's just next level right there. I don't got anything to say to that. That's ridiculous.
That just him
What
getting
are we
the
doing?
numbers link that he needed to be able to swap colors over to be able to hold the ammo. I didn't have that luxury, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm going to go back to this game. It was a lot of ammo heavy reward. Do you think maybe you could have? Because I think he baited you on that yellow stuff. I think that yellow wild. I think he possibly could have baited you. Did you think you could have maybe saved it, or you just didn't want to run the risk? We'll never know when he picked up those yellow. We'll never know. We'll never know. He won't reveal that.
Nah, he didn't bait me. I fully planned to play the way that I played there.
Okay.
I only had 2 colors where I had stuff I could work with. It was a matter of trying to whittle numbers down, but um, had to at least get over to there. So the wilds were the path to get there, regardless of what he played.
Nah, what a weird game. You once again 25 card comeback, ref. Just put that in game number 2 when we get to. If not, I'll remind you at the end. What a game! That was crazy. Talk to me about the early ammo that was being dished on both sides, and then the isolation again wins again. And you also, in my humble opinion, you really just found a lot of great connectors. And I'm wondering, was that off of some returns, or do you think just playing the mind games and trying to get Seth playing with your style, which you've done a good job, has been a factor big today? I'm typing that. I don't know, man. That's one of a hell of a chain I've seen in a while to win a game. All +2s to finish it off. It's some, but I think you got to think here, Seth. That's pure. He knows now at this rate, the only way to get control of this series, you got to try something different because you're not going to win this game going 15 cards. You're not going to win this game going even 12 cards. You're going to have to go low. You're going to have to try to get him off his game because at this rate, if you're just going to play into this, it could be a long hill. And I think Seth knows that. He's got to understand Nam is just going so fast with the downhill style of just draw it back, ISO, play slack. That if you can't get into that rhythm, which he's trying to basically suffocate the rhythm, you won't have a chance to even sniff a win. So we'll see what he does here. But your thoughts so far on these open 2 stanzas. Long game in that second one, too.
Absolutely, yeah, really long one. But here's the thing with Seth, right? He's going to figure out
Oh, my
that he,
goodness.
like you said, Des. Oh my goodness
Never mind. I'm
gracious.
sorry. Seth,
Now,
never mind then, buddy. I don't blame you. That you made the right call. What is that? That's 7, 8. What?
7 out of 8, yeah.
That's
And
ridiculous.
the funny thing is, Nam had just enough patience,
Point.
right? We say this. If we had to have KT, if we had to have a masterclass on how to not rush a win, this right here is the masterclass of how to do that because he could have quite clearly, if he wanted to just blow Seth way out of proportion, drop every single +2 and give the guy, I don't even know the math, like 30 cards. But it's
Well,
not practical. So what Nam figured out is run the numbers down, leave the chain at the end. You don't even need the +2s.
yeah, and the reason why he
So
did that,
it
I know why,
yeah,
because that's not a good hand. Believe that's actually one of the worst hands on numbers, believe it or not, because you don't have any numbers to
sure.
work with. Because if you just drop a plus 30, you're done. You're asking for an L. At some point, you're going to drain everything, and there's no all the plus fours could just go right to his end. He did a great job. Now,
Absolutely.
I think most people in that situation they would win the game in 2 minutes. And here's why: power play. They would probably see them. Yeah, it's a power play hand. And I get it because
Sure.
at the end of the day, you want to have that power play hand, and you want to. There's a lot of ways to skin that hand, but I'm not sure what to think about that.
So many.
That was
So many
crazy.
ways.
That was
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah, you were getting toyed with, Seth.
Absolutely
I got
insane.
nothing on that. You were getting toyed with. I had nothing to say on that one. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah. Just like a cat playing with his prey, pretty much. I mean, it was on Draw City, right? Nam, there's no way Nam does that without Draw City playing its part and actually giving him the ammo to play with. Because if he just draws all numbers, maybe he only has 4+2s. Then what? You don't have the finish, and then let's say Seth is down there. Now the problem is if we go down that rabbit hole, what Nam would have to do is play defensively. If he didn't have as much ammo as he got, he wouldn't have been able to play as offensively and as passively as he did in this game. So it was a team effort between getting the cards and then figuring out how to use them effectively. So very well done from Nam, and of course Seth, doing all he can to kind of keep Nam off of it. But at that point, there's really just nothing you can do. Nothing at all if you have that much ammo.
Yeah. I don't know, man. That's
Oh,
probably one
that's a
of the
good point.
yeah.
Yeah,
No,
so
he's right. He's
you
right.
actually don't get those 30 cards. It's only the two, and so let's see, it would have been, let's see. In this specific circumstance, it would be what, 10, 24, 28. So 30 cards right there. But it would have been a whole lot more, right, had the +2s been in one whole deck.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, man. You're
Yeah, you
absolutely
did
right.
point that out. Yeah.
You're right.
So that
It's
is
just
good to know.
it's a little.
I
But
mean, it's good to know yeah.
it's just weird because we haven't seen I haven't seen a hand that good in. I think the only thing that could trump that is a royal flush of plus fours and 4 wild. That's like the only thing I can think. The only
Has to
thing.
be.
Yeah.
Has to be. You're essentially asking for 5 of a kind right there. Like
It's
this is
ridiculous.
Balatro now. This is crazy.
Well, non-pokered is plus twos to death, but again, most people I think would have not drawn that out. Most people would be, you know what? I guarantee you throw somebody like Yepes, he's thinking right there, power play. Or maybe not. That's like, pro art, power play. 100%. Even myself, believe it or not, I would be thinking about, you know what? Why the hell would I want to give my opponent that? Let's run it. Let's get the power play out of the way, right? Because you get to a certain point, it's like, man, I really want to drag this out for 20 minutes. Because unless you have time at the same time, too, you don't want to get your opponent uh, 17 minutes to think about it. But at the same time, on the same side, you're now giving them so many different looks to where you can confuse the hell out of them. So there's 2 ways to skin it. So you get over it or try to go play the multifaceted game. Now play the multifaceted game. Big win for Nam there. We'll see what Seth will do game 3. Seth, your call, man. Anything's free. What do we got?
Go 5.
Yeah, had a feeling. Gotta do it.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Cap,
Yep.
you know this one,
Absolutely.
buddy. You know the drill on this. Your favorite. You gotta go. You gotta do something. This game could get out of hand real fast. Now, let's see if Seth can try. He's gotta do something here. No, that's tough.
For sure. And if I may,
Let's go gambling!
Sure. Oh man, that's.
yes, sir. Let's do it. All on red. All on red for game 3.
I don't know, man. This is. I think Seth knows. Now the thing is, if Nam's caught any sort of run, it can just get out of hand. So he's gonna have to think this one carefully. He's trying to go for the kill shot
Definitely.
win, no
And
doubt.
and now with Nam having that advantage, if it goes Nam 3-0,
Oh,
what do you,
okay.
as Seth, what are you gonna do? Now you're in crisis mode.
Oh man, undercut.
Now you
the
got to start
switch.
thinking.
Seth looking for you. Got the blue. Here comes Nam. Plays it cool. Here comes Seth looking for check for the first time all series.
Down
Does
to
he
the
have a
wire here for both players.
nothing? Nam for the win.
Doesn't
No.
get
Draw City. Okay.
juiced on blue here. Now here, as I think we would both agree, as opposed to the last game, you can absolutely say that both are juiced on blue. There's no sandbagging whatsoever. This is just a straight play because now you're just looking for answers. Who's going to get the break first? It's not necessarily who's bluffing. Who's just going to get the cards they need?
This rate, that's all you can ask for.
That's all you can. What else can you do at this point? It's the chances of +4. It's already 5 cards. You're not going to have as many wilds in your hand anyway, and you're not going to have a good likelihood of picking one up from the deck. So really, you're just trying to get all you can. Seth's gonna pick up a self ditto here.
Nothing wrong
Ditto
with that.
plays. It goes back over to Nam.
Really? Gonna leave it open on a skip?
Interesting.
That's. Oh, here we go. Here comes trouble.
That's.
Saver.
I gotta say, I'd have to say Nam just top decked it and wanted to get it out of the way. Because let's say somehow Seth just top decks 5. Now you have a lone blue skip, and if low numbers weren't already hard enough to get played, now you got to figure out about a skip.
No, what is this already?
Oh, what? Come on.
You forget the reads, man. That's just dropping the hammer right now. Let's go. That's power play material right there. I mean, that's insane. When it's your day, it's your day. But again, with 5 cards, you can't. The last 10, that's nasty. This one, if he wins, it's 5. You gotta take the gamble. You gotta respect it. There's no doubt. There's the blue 3.
Seth playing that yellow 5 is interesting to me because at any point he could have played that unless he just top decked at that very last one. So maybe this is a situation of Seth trying to get Nam to draw back some more cards, maybe thinking he'll be juiced on ammo from the last game. He the pendulum swinging back. Anyway, basement to the top floor. Now we're in the green 6. Nam draws.
Great call from
solidly
Seth.
in green here. Seth now having the advantage on cards here.
A great call from Seth just to undercut the yellow, man. Because you just don't know. There was a finish right there. Or something was cooking. So he had to do that. And now
Something. Yep.
We'll play toppers.
Good on him for getting that number of fish right there. If it was any other number, maybe Seth would be in trouble, but that 3 saved him. Now I'm playing on offense. Draws, though. Now we're in Draw City, looks like.
Yeah, we're in Draw City squarely. We're good to go. We'll see what happens here, Tapir. But right now, the way I see it, I think both guys, as we continue to draw, are not going to want to waver from this because every single game we've had a extensive DC, and that's the beauty. When you have an extensive DC, you're just going to naturally be more psychology based to play into it. Now, let's see what Seth will do here. I don't know if he's going to sit back and want to play too deep, though, because when Nam got to 20 card, 25, you start getting into the uncomfortable zone. Now Nam's at 3, so Seth might play some here. He might just stop it. Yep, there it is. There's the +2s.
There it is. Turns the table immediately. Now it's Seth that's at 3 and Nam's at 9.
Does Nam have a crossover back to green? It's like the only thing I could think of to stop this one. Red is just too open. I'm not sure what's out there.
And if you'll notice, it looks like Seth is now playing Nam's game to where he's being patient and dropping the runs where
+4, there it is.
beneficial for. Oh, look at this. +4.
Well, could have got that off
Kind
the
of
return.
evens up the table now. We're back to 7 each. I would have to say Seth is still in a better spot because he's got now more. I think it felt like he had more ammo. He had something else cooking there, and it sounded like a split ammo opportunity.
Question would be, would it be in red? That's the only thing I'd have a question with. So he's going to run a clean. And a nick. Well, he's going to force the red?
Well, you did say, soul read right there if he really needed. Well, no, let's see then.
He's going to force the red. Is probably try to flush some of Seth's red ammo and then hope for a number switch back is the only thing I could think of. Let's see, picked up a plus. Oh, now we'll say, okay, so is Seth gonna say, you know what? That might have been a good read. Let me go to yellow and potentially try to save some of that ammo. I don't know. That's an interesting one. So unless it's one of those heat check wilds, we've seen it before. Well, he flushes his +2. Does Seth have the other +2 in yellow? No. A good play there from Seth. You know, it seems weird and counterproductive, but if it gets non-drawing, then so be it, you know? That's the time to draw. He's playing tricky with it. And again, with 5 cards, you have to play tricky with it sometimes.
Yeah, you're just way too close for sure. So now I'm drawing. Seth now playing offensive.
Hey, well,
Gonna draw here. Now I'm
defense,
top
offense.
decks of 4.
And Coach Ryder, yeah, we're just if he really has a red potential stealth finish, the fact that he undercut that to yellow wild is a game of just okay. Let's play stallbacks because that's the only thing I could think of. Let's just try to flush ammo and play stallbacks. See what Seth will have here. He's gonna draw. Nam is not going to switch at first. He's very content just to stay here and not run too wild.
The thing about Nam is he's very comfortable in draw city, as we very clearly saw when he drew back to 25. So this could very well be another 10-15 minute game.
Not so fast. He just you say that he switches to red again. It's very hard.
Well, there you go.
This
You
is
just
this is not a
the
game to read.
reads.
Yeah, this is not the best reading game.
There are
This is
no reads on this game.
no. This is more of see. There's just no reads. It's just live. This is more
There
of
you
a
go.
live style. Let's see if he KT classics this, or does he have more yellow? Yep, classic. There it is.
Beautiful.
They're playing. You got to say Seth's down 2-0, but he's playing textbook. He's doing everything in the book by the actual book of you don't want to give your opponent any sort of momentum. You want to stall him out. You got to use the deck. This is a textbook playbook to beat Nam. The problem is the first game. I think it was just he maybe missed time to run as we go to the drip zero. The second game, there's no beating that hand. There's no beating that hand. Here's Seth. He's got the G1. There's the switch. He's got the lead now by a couple. And Ari. G7 in the pass. There's the guy we'll see you next round. Seth looking to fire back. He'll go double ditto in the pass. Double play. Lara into Ridley. So there it is. The possessions are now winding down. Seth had a lot of control. Now he's lost all of it in terms of possession. Just the PA now. Oh, well, now I'm happy. He just does a
Still
+2
very
bet,
close. Oh,
just
here
like
we go.
earlier. Yeah, but Seth did that earlier. Seth around fair play. The problem is Seth
Yeah,
did
how the
that.
turntables.
Yeah, but the problem is Seth did that early. Nam has done it late, and that's the killer. When you do it late, you got to hold. And now Seth knows you got to throw something, and he's got nothing. Here comes Nam. Split ammo for the win. Allen style. Chamek, Eli. No. Okay, so there's still some hope for Seth, but Nam down in dose.
Doesn't have a lot of time left, you'd think. Unless it's Nam just desperately looking for a drawback. Maybe some more top deck city love, but we'll see what Seth does here. Maybe he just felt comfortable playing that one extra card, and now he's going to go in for the kill, maybe. Did he have something left?
No.
No, just a red
Nam for
6.
check. Check he is. Okay. What will Seth
Running
do
down
now?
the red here.
He goes to the yellow, not for the win. No, great clutch play. Wow.
Wonderful save. Great save there. Seth now having the advantage. Can run the numbers if he picks the right ones.
Goes back to red.
Oh, wow.
Testing that top deck. That's all he's testing.
Wow.
And it works. What a clutch play. It's veteran right there. Both guys are playing like legends, right? You got to respect the hell out of this.
40 chess, man. 40 chess from these guys. Seth at that point was like, go ahead, make my day.
He'll get out of the pickle. But again, he gets out of the pickle. The problem is any other player, you got him where you want him. Now we're not. The problem is he loves it. He loves drawing back. He doesn't really rush anything, and he's basically that pocket passer, just cool with being in the pocket, and he can extend the play forever. Whereas Seth here, as he'll try to rush the pocket himself, got out of the pickle, but knows at any point it could just go swing the other way. Here comes Seth. Something's coming.
Something's coming for sure.
Power
Seth,
play?
really, the contrast here is Seth wants to get this done as quick as possible. Nam is fine with extending it as much as he can.
He has to. You have to
Triple
think
play
like that.
there.
You have to think like that. I understand completely because this guy is
Seth with a
too
little
good.
non-exception here.
Nonception. He's just too good
Too
in
good.
Draw City. He's too good in Draw City. You gotta speed him up. 100%. In a nick. Seth ties it up. Nam
Because
ties it up. Yep.
if you go one turn too long, that's Nam just stealing it right from you. That's it. That's the thing with this guy. He's the type of player that can do that. Not a lot of players are able to capitalize on those one turn margins.
Power play, we're going 2-1. Wow. Seth just said, you know what? Gloves are off. I gotta try something. Here's the 2-1 winner. We'll get his 200 start next game and we'll get the ceremony after. But what a play by Seth. We're gonna remember that yellow-red crossback. That's ridiculous. The fact that he wins this game potentially off of that is insane. Yep, and he got no call out needed. It's over. Seth gets the win. That's the right call because you just don't want to go. You don't want to send him back. Even if I don't care if Nam had something there, you got to get some momentum. And the fact that this man has had a record, that has to be a record. Through 3 games to appear, 12 plus twos. You got to try something.
There you go.
That's a good call. Seth, I don't blame you 100% trying that. But tell me about the red green plus 2 initially off the start. And then the saves, man. The yellow wild, the KT classics. You had to use everything in the book just to beat him. And then you decide to make a ballsy red 5, yellow 5 kind of call. And then get back into the game with a little draw city timing out the blue. Talk to me through that. Was incredible. I think that's one of the best wins we've seen. Considering
I
everything that's
tested his
happened.
luck on the top deck. He's been really good with getting the top deck or getting the ammo, but I thought, I know that we were both depleted in yellow. I had that one yellow 5 just sitting there. I'm like, might as well give it a go. And
I had some.
maybe if he doesn't have it, then I'll bring it back to red and hope he doesn't get like a wild or a +4 off the top deck. Because I'm fairly certain he was looking to finish out in red. I could be wrong, but I think he was trying to finish out in red with numbers. So I thought, we'll at least like draw him back one card. Hope it doesn't come back to bite me. And basically the same thing with the +2s. I know there's the ultimate risk reward. I risked giving him a lot of stuff on the other side of it, but I spent probably 85% of that game on defense. So when it got down to the end and I'm just literally sitting there with all blue, it's like this is split ammo. I got to use the power play here because if I end up drawing back a card, it's probably going to kill me. So I know it's an early use of it, but hey, 2-1, being down 2-1 is better than being down 3-0.
You had to say, look, he had something. If you don't do that,
Absolutely.
that's going his favor. It's 3-0. That's a great pep. And for Nam, talk to me about just some of the strategies or just trying to stay not so much the game, just mentally in the game because you've been really good at Draw City and extending games out. We talked about that. That was upper tier. Talk about what you learned on this 5-card start just from a mental perspective, especially with the early wild usage and just trying to basically play ticky-tacky, even on a lower card start, something you're not used to, at least with your style. Nami has the 9 card. That's probably the one card start he likes where he can play it. That's more of a kill shot style. Seth has to go low here at Tapir. I think that's his only shot because even though he didn't win the first two, and he had to use everything in the book on this one, even with the out of power, you have to stay low because if you just go high, you're going to play on Nam's draw city tactics, and that could be an absolute turning point. So he knows at a certain point, playing this 5-8 is probably the only chance to even remotely have a shot in this series, considering you had to go to that 4D playbook.
Yeah, absolutely. Really, there's nothing much you can do. Um, all you got is low card starts. And then now I'm saying here, I won't obviously reveal what I found out mentally, but I'm figuring out a way to try and synergize my style with the low card starts as well. So it's basically a jump ball to start. Drawing out 5-card game isn't as common. Yeah, drawing out 5-card games. My game yesterday, that was a 1-turn finish on 5 cards. I had it right from the get go against Taco there in game 2. Usually 5-card drawn out games with a lot of draw city. You don't have those a lot. But the thing with those is sometimes you just simply don't have connecting ammo. Maybe you have all numbers, maybe you just have one reverse or skip or whatever. So a lot of times you don't have that. One question I do have for Seth is, obviously we have seen the gamut here. We've seen 14, 13, and 5. We've run the card starts high and low. Nam's already firing on all cylinders. You don't have your power play. You're still down 2-1, granted better than 3-0, but still down. How do you think? Talk to me about what your mentality is going forward. Like, how do you think you're going to be able to pull back now, as you only have the one homestand left? How do you think you're going to pull out the win here against Nam as you're coming from behind?
Um, Basically, just kind of play the same way I did in the first two games, where I wasn't even thinking about the power play. Just basically put the strategy accordingly if the power play doesn't exist, because obviously in this case it doesn't. Um,
Right.
I don't know. I don't know. I guess just rely on better ammo distribution, I guess, and better cards off the draw.
Yeah, win the jump
Absolutely.
ball.
And
Gotta
so
win the
and
jump ball. Yep.
CKT, yeah, yeah. And CKT, here's the thing, right? Because now we're already at 12 plus twos, right? We always talk about all the time about that pendulum. When is it going to swing back? The law of averages can't hurt you forever. So maybe it's going to be Seth now on the front foot that's going to have that luck advantage, and he's going to try and use that against Nam. So we'll see what's going to happen. I do have to comment, though. It's a shame this is only a best of 7, because if this was a best of 13, I think Nam would be in the 20 plus with plus twos or something at that point.
Best of
So
even a best of
we'll
11,
see.
he'd
We'll
be up there.
see. It's best of 11, not even 9 at that point. But we'll have to see now. 17 combined for those plus twos, and already we've had an incredible run of ammo just up and down that stat sheet. So we'll see. Ironically, absolutely ironically, the plus fours are the lowest count out of everything. We have not seen a lot of plus fours played.
It's not going to be that game. And look, Seth has more cards
Not-
drawn than cards played, and is still in this series. But he's had a fight tooth and nail. We've had more cards drawn than cards played combined, if I'm not mistaken. Very close to. It's very I think we do. We have more cards drawn than cards played. So or something like
Yep,
that. Very close. No,
nearly
actually,
2-1. Yeah,
we still have more cards played, but not by much. It's very close. And self drawn, self drawn. And Seth and Nam they don't mind being content with that 103. Is that 103 draws combined? That's crazy. So it's been a wild series. I don't think this is a game of just reading. I think I've kind of accept this is just going to be a game of let's let it play out. So let's see what Seth plays out here. Seth just no 5. Where we headed?
yeah.
Let's go OG 7.
Yeah, I like it. Cap, you know the drill. 7 card. I like this. This is a great call.
Still OG, still OG. Yep.
Oh my. Oh, make it 8. Make
Oh
it.
my gosh! Again
Well, the
for
bot
this
too.
game.
The bot's not helping either. With the bot's taking a +4 every time away. It's going to make the game more one-dimensional in that department. Keep that in mind. Still drawback.
Yeah, a little bit of culture here to start off. It's going to be Seth now. It's going to have the option. See what direction he goes here. Start off game number 4.
What in the world is
He is
this?
going to.
Double
Okay, draw. All right.
nothing.
Forcing Nam now to make a play.
He's got nothing. That means he has nothing. It's got to be one of those
Yeah,
situations where he's got an all number hand. He's just trying. Or is he
doesn't
setting
really have a path forward.
either that, or he's got a lot of those +2s we were saying. Just wait. You just wait. We'll see. It's either one.
Yeah, maybe he's like, go ahead. You play first after you, sir, and we'll see what happens. Seth may be picking up a tremendous hand to start off. It's a little bit better than 5 cards. You might have some
Ooh,
opportunities on a
here we go.
7. There you go, triple play. So maybe it's simply that he didn't have a lot of options, let's say in blue, and he had a lot of, you know, double plays, but not really able to connect them together. So now maybe with now I'm playing that blue, it was gave him a way to maybe transition into green a little bit better. So let's see what he
Maybe.
does here. He might. I wonder if he might draw or maybe drop a wild. He might decide to go for the kill shot if he's got it.
Reminder: we will have Nom's 200th game
This is one
ceremony
of those games.
after this game. We always do it after the game. Normally, now if it had, yeah, we're gonna do it after the game mainly because we are definitely in a interesting series here, and we've had a lot of variables. There's a heat check wild from Seth. Here we go.
Yep, there you go. Yep, called it right there. There's no way he plays a green there. I don't think. Beautiful play from Seth right there.
That's starting to turn this game back into his favor, basically by using every tool in the book, and that's just low card starts. There's a pluser, split it. Nothing
So
from Nom.
really, if we take a look back, it absolutely was the thing. Seth having a lot of double plays, but no way to connect them together. Effectively, the reason he drew was because he didn't know. There was no reason for him to pick a color because he had no connection. He had absolutely no way to connect everything together. So now what he's got is he's eliminated some colors. He's kind of got a pathway forward. He's going to go with that red 6 here. Now I'm going to follow back the red 3, cut it in half. And it's going to be now Seth is going to have probably a lot of yellow left. Nam as well. We're going to see when we get into that yellow. But for right now, it's going to be red here, currently drawn.
And how to beat Nam?
So I think that's what it was. Seth just didn't have much.
And again, how to beat Nam when he's got all this momentum is due with Seth. The only other person, if we exclude some of the blowout losses he had or the whiplash, as Seth looks for some big play here, the only other guy I've seen just studying Nam tape that I've looked back in my career as a commentator and broadcaster here as we go into the Allen 9 is Ard. Ard was the only guy to actually play into Nam's style, upper tier management, and force him to 9 games. And whatever he was doing was ridiculous next level stuff, and Nam respected. That was in T5. But again, Art is the kind of guy to play into that, and he don't mind going bare knuckles with 12, 13 cards. The only difference I say with him versus this game, the fact that there's 12 plus 2s on the board for one player is an absolute malarkey, in my opinion, of what we're seeing here. 18 combined of that's ridiculous. There's another plus 2 from Seth. Speaking of devil, is this game? And speaking of pro art, what can you say?
3 cards.
Hey, Seth,
And got him down to dose.
Your mic's cutting
hard.
out. Your mic's cutting out.
Here.
Your mic's cutting out bad, buddy. Real bad.
All right.
See if you try to readjust it. Well, we had that pro art. Can you fill in real quick with Tapir adjust? Pro art might have woke he might have just woke up. Never mind. All right, no problem, buddy.
All right, I'm gonna try that for now. Let's see how that works.
Good for now. Yeah, it was just being staticky. You're good. Glitchy.
Sorry about that. Yep. All good. Yep.
All right, we'll go.
Now I'm now taking it back.
Yeah, still glitchy, boss. Yeah, I don't know what happened to it. Here's my. No problem, Taco, on that. Appreciate the confo. Yeah, and there's another plus 2. Again, how many plus 2s have we seen now? What are we at? 21? 22? My goodness. This is ridiculous. That stat is combined is ridiculous. The fact that we've seen 22 of these bad boys. Now, I'll just take the game. Not sure what's going on with Tapir's mic. Here comes Seth. What does he got? What do you got in return as Tapir joins us again? Plus 4! We haven't seen many of those. Well, now it's off the chain. It's off the chain, folks. There's no reading. It's, again, let it play out. There's no, oh, I got you. Yeah, right. Here comes Nam for a draw. Seth for 2.
Seth would need something serious to get this game locked up. And of course, Seth trying to get this finished as quick as possible because remember, Nam's at 17. He's got a lot of options right now.
Plus 4 kicker again. Split it for the win. If Seth gets this win.
Does he finish it out right here, right now?
He's got it. It's over.
Yep, he's got it.
Wow. Plus 4 in a pro and a toast, and that's it. And he'll probably end it maybe on your card. Oh, it was close.
They're almost.
That would be
almost
nuts.
one off.
Seth, I think this is a great masterclass in the playbook of if you're going to go to that high tier stuff, I've got to get it off the jump, win the jump ball. You won the jump ball. You got to put this game back in your corner for now. Sure, you have no power play, but it's a best of three. Despite it probably going back to that upper tier or a 9-card start with Nam, we know he likes that. What are your thoughts on that game? Because the double draw off the start, I have to feel was a little bit of a mind game off the plus four. Was that a little bit of a mind game to start off with?
No, I had a good starting hand. I just didn't want to pull the trigger too early.
Ooh, okay.
I ended up having a lot of good chains and everything. I think I ended up getting a wild and a wild +4 right off the draw. And it's like, I really don't want to use these now because if I do it now, it's probably going to come back to haunt me with needing it later. So I did the double drawback, hoping to see, well, maybe I get another action card of some kind. I don't think I did, but I got the card at least in a color that I was planning on working with. Um, got very fortunate there off the draw and was basically split ammo from the get-go. Nam did a good job at one point there when he hit me back with the +2s because at that point I could have done a split ammo finish. So he prolonged it at least to that point. But then on the +2s I got another +4, so I had two +4s to work with in the end.
That's a great. And the second thing I would ask you too, when we're just talking about the returns, obviously it was a little bit different. How do you just try to stay locked in with this +2 differential? Because we have not seen a game where 22 combined +2s. It seems that whoever has them can use them on defense or just enable finishes. How do you try to manage that? Because he gave you that monster +2 split on blue and yellow, which ultimately I think made you rich in a sense. Rich got rich in that sense. Would you say?
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with getting hit by the +2s. A lot of times, you actually beg for the +2s to hit you so that way you can actually have something
Something to
else to
work with,
work
yeah.
with. Yeah, basically, you're allowing them to draw the cards for you. You don't have to do it one turn every time. But no, at that point in time, I basically thought, if we go into another draw city, I at least have cards to work with. So if he claps back with the +2s, that's fine. And so I wasn't the least bit surprised that I got hit with them at that point. It's just a matter of hoping that if you do get hit with the +4s, the +2s, you get something good on the return. Unfortunately, we did that time.
You got to respect what Seth just said there. He basically said, "Hey, I had a really good hand, and I'm not going to rush it." I wonder where he learned that from. He kind of learned that from you in that game too, right? Really good hand. You got to respect it. You got to respect that monkey see, monkey do, and the banana was not you. Regardless, I got to ask you, man. Just the way this ammo attrition has been. You're not going to reveal a lot. Your thoughts on just the way Seth is playing this game as we before we celebrate you at 200 start. Just the way he's playing, how you've got to manage these crazy starts for sure. Because he's definitely winning the jump ball, where you're definitely winning the fast breaks, or actually winning the fast break and the pace towards the end. Yeah. So you kept. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna do it, Sapir. That's gonna do it in the case when you just gotta keep. It could be a number hand. He's not gonna reveal. But if he's gonna put you in a box, you gotta try something. That's a common move for sure.
Yeah, no way. No way he's not going to reveal, but at the same time, he doesn't need to, right? Because when you're Seth, Nam's the kind of player that you got to you got to keep the young bull in behind the gate. You got to keep young bull
Absolutely.
behind the gate and hope you can get out of the arena. That's at some point that's all that's going to work for you, and that's what Seth did right there. Keep him at bay long enough to get that finish locked up, tie up the game 2-2.
All right, now you know the drill, buddy. It's time for your milestone city, as I call it. 200 starts. So I'm going to read them off your stats, and of course, I'll ask that famous question: what it means to you. Don't go into the cards there. Yeah, we're gonna have a little break here. We're gonna pause in the action. Well, buddy, it's been a pleasure. Of course you did. You already know the question. It's been a pleasure to call 200 career regular season games. Here's your stats. Of course, you got that double medal, the silver, and of course the bronze. That was March Madness 24, and then that epic final bot finale, the old bot final game of the old bot with you and Sapir. Epic games. You got that one finale, three final fours, three sweet six, three elite eights, five sweet 16s, 19 and 10, 110 and 90, 125 to 106 on the career and regular season, 200 career starts all time in the regular season, 231 all time in your career, 55.10 win percentage. It's pretty high considering we talked about just over 60% is ridiculous. And you joined myself, Sanford, Yepez, G, Caesar, Ashley, Vapor, Brad, Toggle Gold, and now you minted in. Just your thoughts, buddy. I mean, what a shout out, Brad, on the theme. What an absolute joy to call your games. And I want to throw it to Tapir, and then I'll also throw it to Seth. Tapir, you were a part of that ridiculous game where I don't even know what to say. That Jungle July finale was one of the best games. Seth, I'm going to bring it to him. And that was when Nam just had 80 career starts. Now he's at 200, 231 in his career. Thoughts on his growth in the league? He was a young bull, but he's an experienced legend, even though he ain't even in the legends class.
Now he's a legend in his own right, even if he doesn't have the badge next to his name. The reason that Jungle July was so great is because I firmly believe he and I are so closely matched as to play style. At least back then, he's developed so much more. But back then, I saw a lot of me in him, I think, and vice versa, as to where we were able to throw blows like nothing, back and forth, and that's the reason that made him so great and such a great player because he's able to adapt and able to develop, and now he's made himself one of the one of the driving forces and a force to be reckoned with in this league. And he's definitely, he just said in his quote here, laser focused on the match. Completely understandable, but that's how he is all the time. He's laser focused in every match he does because he wants to get that W. He wants to get that, the accolades, and who can blame him, right? So, Nam, congratulations, 200 starts. We're proud of you, buddy. Looking for more, and congrats again. So very well done.
I'm gonna get the ping ready to go for that. Before they do that, Seth called that epic finale back in T4, and now you see Nam as a player. It must be interesting to play this guy from when he was just a young puppy, and now he's turning into this young bull and a force in the league. That was at 80 career reg season. Now he's at 200, and a lot more to come in his career. Thoughts on his career so far, and what's amazing is the fact that he's twice your age and he can still handle with the pros.
Yeah, I mean, I've said it before. I'll say it again. The monikers that everybody has, whether it's rookie, whether it's veteran, novice, it doesn't matter. The level of competition here in T1 is insane. Like the title is just a title. That's it. It doesn't necessarily speak to the experience of the players. And you mentioned about I was very privileged to observe that incredible finish there at the end of T4, and this isn't the same Nam from then. This is an entirely different Nam from that point in time. Like, he's continued to evolve. I ended up, you know, remembering some of the stuff that he did, was planning to, call back to that, try and, see what I could do to counter that. And he's hitting me with new stuff that I wasn't even prepared for. So, it's a constant learning process, whether you're the player or the person on the other side trying to get the reads. And yeah, I mentioned this back when Cap hit his 200 starts a few days ago. You look at what Nam's been able to do so far, that career win percentage above the 50%, 55.1. I mean, that's not easy to do. That is an incredible feat in and of itself for that statistic. So, the fact that I've been able to keep this at least competitive against Nam with what he's been able to do today is definitely a win in and of itself just for me personally. So I'm looking forward to this. We're not up 2-2. I feel like he's had it on the slow burner. He's going to turn up the heat here. So I'm ready.
Heat's coming, and thank you, Seth, for those words. Congratulations, man. 12 cards. Nam's laser focused. And, he's played so many great players. Put it in, Cap. Appreciate you, my friend, as a ref here. What a game for Captain, man. Debut refing in the league, and he's going to get a hell of a show. That's a win-win. We'll see Cap coming up in a couple days here or so. There's the high heats appear right to your card off the toast reverse. And again, if this is going to be a high heat match, there's only one thing that Nam has in the arsenal. He's got that extra setting on the heater to say, I got the 9 level, that power play where Set's only on 8 cylinders. He's got the extra ninth, I guess, quote unquote, ghost cylinder. That's something to keep in mind as we go some double numbers here early with Trips 4 in a Nam.
That's it. Double nom right there. Already turning up the
Man,
heat. A little bit of a foreshadowing for events to come. Cross over to yellow now, but a foreshadowing, I'd say, for what this game should have in store.
my God, Seth already juiced. Nam is not wasting time. He's laser focused. He's dialed. Yeah, he says, you know what?
Locked in.
I've done all my DC enough. The draw cities got to end. It's time to lock in. It's time to match back. There's a match back. Okay. Double deuce. See what will be from Seth. He's got options and see what he can do.
Self diddle from Nam might possibly want that deuce. as a switch off. Let's see if Seth can break that or just play something different here.
Pro Art thinking Nom's trying to run away. Let's see if that's correct read. He is. Pro Art's on the money.
There's the switch. There's the switch to blue. Really wanted that deuce back there. So now, with a new color, Seth is going to have to figure out how this is going to go. He's going to go with the blue
this
5.
Is ridiculous.
Come on. What?
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
No way.
He's playing with his food. This is unbelievable. Seth's going to have to throw the plus
That's
4.
Nom.
Yep. He knows it too. He's sensing it. He's got to try something. And that's the thing. Nam has now said, you know what? I'm done with just playing, lagging back, waiting to just run to the pack. I'm going to say, I'm leading
Pedal
the pack
to the
now.
metal.
Yep. He's ridden enough. Now he's gonna just go for it. And you can see Seth's gonna have to be careful on this one. I think he'll have something here though. What'll Seth do here on his own wild card? He's gonna try to stop him here. Let's see if that's the case. Is it a +2ception again? We might as well. It's been the read all day if we had to pick one. Or reverseception. Reverses have been up there, but Skipson as well, yeah. Can't separate these guys to peer 114. There's the +4, so that's going to stop the momentum. There you go. Gotta do it. Gotta do it. That's the right call. You just don't know what he's got, especially with power play.
Now I'm clearly got something cooking up there. You have to go back. Now I'm forcing the green. That's it.
That's a great call.
That's it.
Step. But Seth's got
that's these guys.
He's got some. You watch. He's either gonna go for another 6ception or he's gonna have something in the locker reverse skip meta if needed. Let's see. Or does he just have a regular green card? Yeah, there's the 6ception.
Undercut to red.
Beautiful.
Triple sixes. There we go.
Devil's Wild in the red deuce.
Now I'm having to concede here onto the red. It's like, okay. Truce for now.
Are you kidding me?
Oh my gosh.
Right at the right time.
Just relentless.
How does he get out of this one? If he gets out of this one, this is Houdini style stuff from Seth. What does he got? This is an incredible match. Both guys have basically played the textbook on every level. Let's see what it's going to be from here. What does he got in return? Seth Cole. Has he flipped the script on Nam? He does. There's the triple. No. Wait. Oh. It's a waste. The veteran with the... He got him flush. That's a great play. That's a great play.
Solid.
And that's great from Seth. Guess what?
Gets his green anyway.
It didn't land that +2. That's great. Wow.
Flushed the power play. Gave him 2 cards. Now he's back. Nam's in control.
What can you say about this, man? Seth knew, my only shot flushed. If we're going to green, I got to flush it. And he did the right thing. Now it's just a bare knuckle fight, hockey style. This is crazy. What does he get in return? What does he get in return? I mean, this is a masterclass of gameplay from both guys. They're putting on a show. What is it going to be from Seth right here? Unbelievable. We're watching,
I almost want to see the 5 bagger just
Are you
because.
kidding me?
Still gets his red. The man saying, I didn't even need that power play. Who needs it? Who needs that power play?
Might have got the power play draw. You know a thing or two about that. In the blue, I don't know about that one. That's interesting. Yeah. Oh, I don't know about that call. He gets it back in the double numbers. I was thinking that. Unreal from Seth, man. How does Nam respond? We watching young Bull taking it to the old Bull, and old Bull fighting back. This is a lock and horn, man. What are we in the Madrid? We go back to red on the crossover.
Oh
you want
my
it? You want some? I got some, son. Holy cannoli! In the Sanford, we're watching. In the hockey, what is going on right here? He gets the cross.
What in the clapback? Oh my god!
He crossed over to the side, and it's gonna be not running red. What are we watching, ladies and gentlemen? Set the heat check for the win on a +4. No, he draws. Holy moly! It's a ditto.
It's a ditto play. Now I'm wanting that red 3 here.
What does Seth get on the top deck?
What's Seth
gonna have? He got something.
He gets a top deck. If Nam needed a 3, it's it for him.
Holy
if he's got red,
cannoli.
he's still alive.
No power play. Flush the power. He gets the green!
Into green. Oh my god. Off the top deck.
Does Seth have check? No. Great call from Nam. Nam, he's going to ISO. What did
Oh,
we just watch for the last 90 seconds? That was incredible. Top deck from Seth here? Is this a top deck
that
from Seth?
had to
Pull
have
the
been the
phone.
greatest interaction sequence of events that we've ever seen. At least
They're drawn. Oh my god.
in clearly in this, clearly still in this tournament, but at least in half of last. Like I don't know if you can remember, but that was something else. Next level, 5-dimensional
There's a top or three.
interaction right there.
I've lost
I
my
have no
mind, bro.
words. I have
I've
no
lost my
words.
mind. That's just next level. We talked about it. When you talk about these two young bulls and old bulls, again, they're young at heart, but these guys have put. And there's a little classic style right there. To Pierre, save a green, little saving in the
There
field.
you go.
Yep, get the possessions. Unreal. Nam's not going to
And
switch to
now what
white.
it's going to do is build Nam up a little bit to where Seth is now having the advantage by 3.
Oh God, I'm gonna lose my voice here, but it's ridiculous what these guys are putting on here. It's a clinic of just textbook Uno. No one wants to give an inch. Crossbacks, plus twos, plus fours, number efficiency, everything you want in a game. This is a game to watch back. And again, Seth's still in control. And I have to wonder, Tapir, it goes back to even though we've had that crazy sequence, the fact that not wanting to let loose as we go into the yellow four and say, you know what? I'm going to go plan A here, try to go for the win, turn the heat up. Did that give Seth incentive to say, you know what? Turn your heat up. I'm going to have to match this heat. And the fact that they matched the heat, and now that the heat's basically equal to 8 because we lost that power play with that flush, beautiful flush, it's caused an absolute sequence
There you
here.
go. I have to ask myself, where do we go from here, right? Because we've got now flushed out all the ammo. We're dealing
Oh,
mostly
plus
with
2. Now we
numbers.
ain't
Well, we
flushed
still
out
got
yet.
6. We still got +6. What?
Oh,
Yeah,
my
who am I talking about?
good.
It's young bull, old bull. Who am I talking about? I don't know. Jack apparently. Clearly, these guys haven't enough left.
Oh, my God. In the blue. We're in the
Now,
running of the
I would
Bulls right
say
here.
now maybe we're flushed. If
No,
we're flushed,
we weren't because the blue
where do we
plus
go
twos were
from
open.
here?
The blue
We're
plus
not.
twos were open, yeah.
Yeah.
Now crosses back. That's a great call. And Eli, let's see what Seth's got. Does he have a 7? Holy moly, bro. This is incredible. Is there a plus
Next
4
level.
again?
Next level, boss.
Double play. It is next level.
Double
Zero
play.
sugar.
Okay.
Yep.
But he's going to end on that 0, making it harder for a switch, but his Nam read into it.
Still got it. Still got it,
Still
says
got it.
nah. Is he gonna get the win off this? Are you kidding me?
There's
Yep,
no
reverse
way.
skip meta. Are you
Still there.
Stop it. Stop it. I would say that's ridiculous. Cap, I hope you're enjoying this show. I mean, Seth, there was I don't even know what to say. I lost my mind. I don't have a question. Just live reaction that game. I want to know some of the strategies. I just nasty work. That's insane from both parties. What are your thoughts? That was a classic, buddy.
Yeah. Two cards. Two cards I needed to link some together. I'm not all that disappointed by what I got off the initial draw. Not really all that disappointed by what I had at the end there too. It's just a matter of trying to figure out exactly what he was able to build up before I was able to build up. Obviously, he had the reverses and the skips. I don't know if those were off the draw cities or not. But uh, the tough thing for me is back when we were in the draw city, I was actually iced out in green and then drew back 2 greens back to back. And it's like, I really wish it was in a different color because
Right.
I'd like to stay iced out in green and not have to go back to that. So it was a matter of figuring out, do I continue to draw in the green or do I play them now just to establish the possession, hope for maybe him to do a light switch? It just didn't happen. So uh, I'll tell you, back and forth. I'm loving this. Win, lose, or draw. I'm loving what's going on right now.
Yeah, this has been a fair game, even with all the plus twos. Nah, you say you still got it, man. I don't think you've ever lost it, to be honest. But your thoughts on just that series? You basically have been taken to the brink. Both guys, at this rate, you're on your engine number 9 at this rate. Both of you guys, it's giving us a heart attack in the booth, and just your live reaction on it. Stay composed through ammo control, ammo splits, plus twos, plus everything. Just the whole package we're seeing today. The textbook game. That was insane. I've lost my mind. I don't know how many times I have lost my mind. It's been crazy.
Yeah, yeah, no kidding. More than us in 7 yesterday. That's crazy. Here's the thing, though. I want to take it. I want to take it just for a second while Nam's typing. Take it back to our opening statements, right? We were talking about how these players are chomping at the bit, right, to get back into playing after the off season, right? We talk all the time, you and I, everybody's ready to go. Day one, we're out there, we're chomping at the bit to get going.
Yep.
And these guys hold nothing back, holding absolutely not a thing back from their opponent. And that's what we're seeing. Right? We're seeing top tier play, top deck heaven, plan EFGH from these guys. And that's what you'd expect for T1 after the offseason. Everybody's just dying to get back in it, and these guys are the perfect duo for a good show.
While you were reminiscing there, Nam basically said just wonderful mental game, and you can still have that old experience, as he's saying. That can still have the youthful experience, but it's the running of the Bulls taste, it's the running of the Bulls show, and at this point, both guys they're locking horns. I'm not sure which is going to go. It's basically a tug of war of horns, and right now the young Bulls got the old bull by the horns with game point potentially, but don't count the master and Seth, because guess what? Unlike Nam, he's got home now, and we've seen him just make it happen on this 5-7. Seth, we had a good 5 minute break there for everybody. Before I get a heart attack, where are we going for game 6?
Yeah, this is a toughie because he's got that power play. I know I'm
You
probably
flushed it.
risking
You
this.
flushed it. You flushed it.
Oh, that's
Remember?
right. It is gone. Oh,
Yeah.
that makes my job so much. That makes my choice so much easier. We're going 6.
There it is. Yes, that's right, Seth. All right, right, Seth. He flushed
Gotta.
it. We forgot. Oh,
I'm,
all
I'm
Gotta
that.
go
starting
right
the game.
down.
I forgot to
Yeah.
flush the power play.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. I forgot that moment too. It's just, he flushed it. That makes this a true locking of the horns now. There's no conquistadors coming into the arena.
Yeah,
It's just
gone and
straight.
out of there.
It's straight ready to roll. Here we go. Cap, hope you're enjoying the show. Hope the fans are. This has been a show today, no matter how this one ends.
This has been our show. Yes.
Up to this sting
Taco
5.
joining us. Great to have you here again.
Oh, he's been here. Scoreboard up. He's been good. Appreciate him. Oh,
Okay.
already a
Yep. Got it.
switch.
Yep.
Oh my
Appreciate your
goodness.
help here, sir.
Oh boy. Here we go. Red 5.
DJ5,
Yep. What's it gonna be
just
from
turning up
Seth?
the heat already.
It's the triple. Oh boy.
Oh my gosh.
These
Triple
two.
barrel.
These guys, man.
Triple barrel into the Verde.
Not for the win.
No way. There's
Are you
no way.
what?
Oh my gosh.
That's a tough way to end it.
Oh my gosh.
God. That's it, boys. I mean, that's a show, but Seth, respect the call, though. You had to try something. Ultimately, how are you supposed to read that? That's
Any
ridiculous.
play I did, he had me. Any play I did, he had me with the reverses. Because I was gonna stay in green. I had a wild to get to my final blue 5. So whatever
Damn.
color I went in, he had an answer for.
So the only thing you could have did was potentially just draw on that red 5. That was the only move, I guess, huh?
Either that, or there's no way I was gonna be able to get a read that he didn't have red
Yeah.
and use the wild to get to red. There's just no way to read that this early on.
No. That's unfortunate. Yeah, I don't got
The only
anything
problem there, yeah, I mean, all I got, Seth, the only problem there is because those were all reverses, he's got flexibility into 3 colors.
Oh yeah, that's the
You
thing,
were
right?
cooked on
He's
any
got me
color.
on
Yeah,
75% of the deck.
right. Any color other than red, you're cooked. So
Yep.
that's tough. What else can you do at that point?
You can't. I just had to run with my own plan A, and he had a plan A that
Didn't
was better
work.
than mine.
Seth,
Yep.
I mean, you can't be disappointed in this game. You've played
No.
and you get that three game guarantee coming in T2, something new. Thoughts on the next tournament? Just playing this guy because you saw him at his baby stage. Now he's started to turn into more of an experienced bull now at this rate.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy what he's been able to do. As I said, how he's evolved as a player. Um, I've said it before, I'll say it again. You know, a lot of people sometimes disappointed coming out in the losing end. If as long as it's competitive as this has been, I don't mind losing these type of series. It makes the loss not nearly as disappointing. Uh, both of us brought our A game here. Both of us ended up getting bit a few times on ammo distribution and everything, but man, uh, I enjoyed the series. That's all you got to do, just enjoy the moment, and I did.
You can decompress as we look forward to your match against Japez. That will be a rematch. Thoughts on just the 200 now, family watching, and just this game in general, man. I know that it ended anticlimactically. We don't like seeing that, but everything else was good. Let's not forget, he had 25 card comeback in game two. You had to basically just put Seth in massive choppers, and I don't know. That was a war. That was a war. Uh, Seth at 10 in the morning that we don't really normally see. But that's Seth and Dom for you. Those guys are just going to be two guys that go at it, lock horns, and give us a show. Thoughts on this game as well, buddy? What a game! I got nothing for this. This is insane. Spear.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Thought that was Seth there.
No, no,
This was,
that's your,
you know, yeah, no worries.
you're good, buddy.
Spectacular showing, right? We knew this was going to happen. Young bull, old bull, mentality, right? And both these guys really just going at it the entire game. It started with the first game. It started within the first minute of the series, setting the stage, and with that the rainbow at the very
Oh
first of the
man,
game set the stage for the entire 6 game match. So it was no surprise. It was just in the moment. It was incredible to see, to witness the pure elevation of skill in this series was incredible to witness. And so I'm lessons to be learned from those of us on the sidelines, such as myself, a pure masterclass from both legends in this moment. So well done, Nam. Earned it, buddy. Obviously for the win. Seth played really well. That's about all I
what
got.
can you say? Yeah.
We'll see him. We'll see him back here for T2, and I'm sure he's going to be back at it to try and make it to next round. So yeah, what a game! What a game for to start it off.
No, I mean, your thoughts on playing Japan. That is a rematch. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure you played Japan last year. I don't remember when, but I think you did. I could be wrong. You know better. Yeah, you did. I think you won 4-3. You did. You did. Yep. Elaborating on the 200, he says, I've grown as a player and as a person, and each milestone is another example of that. I'd like to thank everyone playing this league, the refs, the commentators, stats, media, of course, the streamers that make this league possible. And he said, I've always been chasing higher and higher heights. Makes sense. And the 200 stars a testament to why I may be young. I can be a very fierce player to my family and everyone watching. Then Pez, just have to find out. Yeah. Well, he's late. That's a fire shot right there. That's an absolute fire shot, and I think everyone can appreciate that, man. That was a hell of a game. We'll go into the bracket, and we're going to sign off so I can rest up for my game coming up. But it will be Yepez versus Nam. You bet your bottom dollar that is a stream game. That is not a. That's a no. That is a no. That is a giving. That is a guarantee. It's no nonsense stream going to be as well one. So moving forward to those two in a rematch. Yepez lost the first one. Nam won the first time. Matt Johnson is in this region. Of course, he'll get Peter Ortago. And believe it or not, I'm pretty sure Yepez has played Nam before, and he's played Mac. Mac has played. Yeah, this is definitely got a lot of potential. Old, experienced players, a lot of experienced players, and a lot of high-end players. And when you have high-class society players and high-caliber players like this, anything goes. What we saw today, I'll remember that forever. Congratulations once again to Nam on the win. Seth on a hell of a performance. Nothing to hold his head down. That was incredible. And he'll look forward to bounce back in T2. For myself and Tapir, what a day. We start the slate. We see you the next game, which will be with Shore and Tapir as well, as they will play. They will watch me play against Eric Monaco. Until then, have a good one. We'll see you then. This has been a presentation of MRE Uno Division 1.